When you're dealing with division, there are some tricks that are handy. So for instance, I'm looking at these three tricks right here. The first one, if you're dividing by 5, dividing by 5 can be pretty tricky. How do you take 64 and divide it by 5? Instead, what I'd rather do is I'd say, okay, let's multiply by 2 and then divide by 10. The reason I would do this, even though it's two separate actions, is multiplying by 2 is really easy, dividing by 10 is even easier. So 64 times 2 is 128. You're just doubling something. 6 becomes 12, 4 becomes an 8. And then dividing by 10 means moving your decimal place one place to the left. So 64 divided by 5 gives us 12.8. We can verify that on the calculator pretty quickly. Multiplying by 4, it's just basically, dividing by 25 is doing this same thing but twice. You're multiplying by 4 and then dividing by 100. So you're doubling it twice and then moving your decimal place over twice. So if we were to double this the first time, we'd get 608. If we double it again, we get, 1216, which is, you can see what we get right up here. And then we need to move our decimal place 2 places to the left, which gives us 12.16. And that's exactly what we got there. Dividing by 20, to do that, it's a similar sort of thing. Again, multiply by 5 and then divide by 100. This one's maybe a little less useful because multiplying by 5 is not quite as easy as multiplying by 2, but still, you're dividing by 20, you can still do this. So multiplication in general is easier than division. That's why it's nice to do these. So here we get 40, well, except it's going to be a 400. We're going to add on a 30, so we get 430 for our numerator there. And we need to divide by 100, which means move the decimal place 2 places to the left, which gives us the 4.3. And of course, we could verify these with the calculator if we wanted. But it's nice to have these. It's not always convenient to pull out a calculator. I know even if it's in your pocket, it still takes time. You might be on a phone call, and you might not be able to talk and to deal with pulling out your calculator on your phone call because you don't want to put them on speakerphone, or you don't want to make them wait. So these doing some of these mental math things on the fly can definitely still be worth your time.